Welcome to Lesson 5 from A Fresh Approach for the Beginning Percussion class. In this video, we're going to cover all of the snare drum topics. We're going to do our daily warm-up. I'll teach you a new exercise called 4 and 4 doubles. I'm going to teach you 3 new stroke styles, the downstroke, tap, and upstroke. We'll do our music reading where we're applying our eighth notes and quarter notes and half notes. And then we're going to learn a Newton note value called the dotted half note. Then we're going to learn a new instrument called the bass drum. Now we're not going to do it in the snare drum video. I'll have that as a separate video, but we'll add the bass drum to our music reading on the second half and then also in a percussion ensemble. So now the percussion ensemble is not only snare drum and mallet and tambourine, but we'll also have a bass drum. So let's get started with our daily warm-up. So every single day you're working on the fundamentals. The very first fundamental that we work on is our rebound stroke, and we do our exercise 8-4-2-1. Now I'm going to start, as I do every warm-up exercise, with 80 beats per minute. Now this is very slow. And the reason why I want you to go slow at the beginning of every day warm-up is to get the hands moving and to really stretch out that wrist and to get a full wrist bend. A lot of people like to just kind of shake their hands out before they start playing. Or another thing that you might see some drummers do is take their sticks in one hand and do helicopters. Or I guess helicopters is more like that, but you got to be careful not to hit yourself in the face. Or propellers, okay? So what this does is it stretches out the muscles because the weight of the stick pulls the hand all the way back and forth. So you can do that if you want to, just to kind of stretch out those muscles. But let's play 80 beats per minute, 8-4-2-1. I really want you to use a lot of velocity to every rebound stroke. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twos. Ones. And stop. So a lot of velocity behind my stroke, speed and force, so that each one of them comes back to that up position. So at that very slow tempo, even the ones are not going to be a continuous motion until you speed up. All right. So always start off with that slow tempo. I really recommend playing it on the practice pad so you can use really big full strokes. If you play really soft here, you're just using a smaller amount. You're activating less of the muscle than when you use a big stroke. So big strokes. All right, the next exercise, or actually rudiment that we play in our daily warm-up, is a single paradiddle. So let's play 8 of those. Same tempo. 1, 2, set and go. And paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Diddle, paradiddle, stop. So I can veg out because it's at a slow tempo and not really think about what I'm doing. You should know the paradiddle well enough that the sticking itself is not that hard. You don't even have to look at music or anything. But really stay actively engaged in thinking about all of your stroke styles and using your ears to listen to every stroke to see if they sound the same from right to left hand, especially singles to doubles. The next rudiment is our double paradiddle. Do that with me. 1, 2, set and go. Double paradiddle, double paradiddle, double paradiddle. Diddle, double paradiddle. Diddle, double paradiddle, double paradiddle. Stop. Now, once you start playing this along with the keyboard in the daily warm-up or in your class, then you might need to concentrate a little bit harder as you play these double paradiddles, just to make sure that you're maintaining the right sticking all the way through. Our next rudiment that we're going to play first off of the right hand is our paradiddle diddle. So play that with me, starting off of the right. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle. Again. Diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. Stop. All right, so every stroke has that full rebound. I'm hitting right in the center. I'm also checking out my grip to make sure that I'm not doing anything weird with my fulcrum. I'm keeping my back fingers around the stick and I'm not pumping my forearms. I'm using my wrist on every stroke. So the paradiddle diddle is just a right-handed rudiment. It only does one hand at a time, so we need to do it again, but starting on the left hand. So left hand paradiddle diddles. 1 and 2 and set and go. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, diddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, diddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. Stop. All right, so you're going to work on all of those strokes that are all rebound for 8-4-2-1, single, double, paradiddles, and then paradiddle diddles. All right, the next thing that we do is our 4 and 4 buzzes. I'm going to speed the tempo up to 100. Actually, let's speed it up to 120. So just starting on the right hand, 4 singles, 4 buzzes. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Use enough force to get that stick bouncing really nice. Buzz, 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 and stop. Okay, so that's off of the right hand. A couple of things. We're going to do it off the left hand in just a second, but enough force to push the stick into the head. Use that fulcrum pressure. As you speed up and as we get faster, you're going to use a little bit more fulcrum pressure, a little bit more fulcrum pressure as we get faster to get a nice sounding buzz on the right to left hand. Make sure that the buzzes connect, that you're not playing zuts and one hand is not bouncing correctly, which is very common with younger players, is that their left hand doesn't bounce as well as their right. And then you're going to wind up with very lumpy sounding multiple bounce rolls. So we want to make sure that we're developing this over time. All right, then we do the same thing but off the left hand. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Buzz, 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 buzz. 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 Stop. So when I'm using a big stroke like that, occasionally my sticks will hit because I'm trying to aim for such a small little place in the center of the pad. But just keep those strokes really nice and steady, making sure that there is no difference in tempo when you go from the single strokes to the multiple bounce strokes. All right, let's learn our new exercise. Our new exercise is called 4 and 4 doubles. Now, this is pretty simple. Instead of playing buzzes, you play 4 singles. Instead of playing buzzes, go to double strokes. Double, 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 double. Double, 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 double. Now, what is different about this exercise is that we're gradually going to increase the speed and our double strokes will become rolls eventually. But we're going to start slowly with nice, relaxed double strokes. So with this exercise, what I want you to think about is a nice, relaxed motion of my forearms. Okay, I'm using my forearms just a little bit on every primary beat. To get that flow to go from the single strokes into the double, 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 double. All right. I'm not bouncing my stick at this point. At this point, all I'm doing is double strokes. So I want you to think of not rebound strokes as much as you are starting to relax your strokes and letting them flow from one to the next. Let's try it off with the right hand. 2, ready, and go. And right, left, double, 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 right, left, double, 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 right, left, double, 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 right, left, double, 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 and stop. Now, you can play it where every stroke is a rebound stroke, all right? But as we start speeding up, that gets less and less, it gets more tense to be able to do it that way. So this is where we're gonna start using a double. Now, another way I like to do this exercise is to put your sticks down and do it with your hands on your leg. Or your belly. Or on a pillow with your sticks, or something that doesn't have any bounces, because we want to make sure that you're not bouncing and you're developing these fast double strokes. This becomes very important as I'm playing drum set, as I'm playing timpani, as I'm playing the keyboard instruments. We play a lot of double strokes around the percussion instruments, and it's very important to develop that clear double stroke that flows from hand to hand. Let's start the same exercise, but now let's do it off of the left hand. Same tempo. This is still pretty slow, but you're going to notice a flow between my forearms. So I'm not thinking double, 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 and freezing my forearms. I'm letting those flow as I'm moving from double to double. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, right, double, 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 left, right, double, 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 left, right, double, 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 stop. All right, so what I do a lot of times if I'm teaching a percussion class is we'll do our 4 and 4 multiple bounces. I'll stop, put my sticks in my pocket, and then our 4 and 4 doubles. I'll actually do with my hands on my stomach or my hands on my leg, okay? That way I'm really developing the wrist doubles that I want you to develop in this exercise, not the double bounces. Okay, so that is now part of your daily warm-up routine. Go to the daily warm-up, play along with that video every single day. It's only maybe 4.5 minutes, something like that, on snare drum. And then, of course, you want to do it on keyboard as well. But every single day, start with your fundamentals of 8-4-2-1, single, double paradiddles, paradiddle diddles, and 4 and 4 of multiple bounces, and 4 and 4 doubles. All right? So, adding to our technique repertoire here. All right, so on the snare drum, in this lesson, we are going to learn new stroke styles. And the first stroke style that you're going to learn is very important. Well, we already learned one stroke style, right? We already know the rebound stroke. A full rebound stroke starts up, ends up, okay? Now we're going to learn a stroke style called the downstroke that starts up and ends down, hence the name downstroke. Now, what we have to do is employ just a little bit of fulcrum pressure and a little bit of cushioning with the back fingers to stop the stick. So I want to do this correctly, because if you don't learn the downstroke correctly, you're going to wind up causing a little bit too much tension in your playing. So let's start with one stick. Now, instead of your practice pad, I just want to hold your hand in front of you. Now, I'm going to pretend that I'm playing rebound strokes here into the palm of my hand. I'm not actually going to hit my hand. So all I'm doing is moving my hand up and down. Now, it's not actually rebounding. I'm bringing the stick back up because there's no rebound from the air, right? But if you do this for a minute, you're going to feel that, that motion of your wrist. You're going to feel the fingers nice and relaxed. I'm going to show you here in this other camera angle to where you can feel that stick moving into the palm of your hand. So just do that for a minute. Just pretend that you're hitting the palm of your hand, but don't actually hit your hand because it kind of hurts, okay? Now, when we do rebound strokes, they start up and end up, but when we do the downstroke, we're going to start up and end down. So first, I just want you to start with your stick up and then pretend like you're going to hit your hand, but just stop the stick. How you stop the stick is very important. All you do is bring the back fingers in and stop the stick with the back fingers, cushioning it into the palm of your hand. So start stick up and then use your back fingers just to bring the stick into your palm. Okay? So you can kind of think of it as a flick, 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 flick. All right? So I feel my fingers on the stick at the whole time until it gets to there. Now, what I like to do is start off with 2 rebound strokes and a downstroke, just so you can get this rebound, rebound, down, rebound, rebound, down. What's important here is that the downstroke has the same velocity as any rebound stroke. It starts off as a rebound, but I'm just stopping the stick with my back fingers. So the first half of this exercise, I have the little arrows to show you, but basically on that first measure, it's rebound, rebound, down, rebound, rebound, down. So the down stops here. All right, let's try just that first measure. Loop that a bunch of times. With your right hand up, 1, 2, ready, go. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Now, I squeeze the stick into the palm of my hand, but I don't continue to squeeze the stick. All I do is pull the stick into the palm of the hand. Try not to squeeze your hand, all right? You definitely don't want to squeeze your hand and get a very tense sounding note. It should sound like a rebound stroke that just stops down here. All right, do it a few more times. 1, 2, ready, go. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Now notice I'm not using a lot of velocity. First of all, I don't want to accidentally hit my hand as I'm playing really loud, okay? But just nice relaxed strokes, almost if I'm just playing an imaginary drum set or something in the air. I just want that nice relaxed stroke. So you can practice this exercise anywhere. You don't have to have your hand in front of you. You can do it on your little sister's head. You could do it with your hand, and then you can take it to the drum. But before we do the drum, let's try it with the left hand. Hand in front of you. I like to do the hand because that reinforces the fact that I'm not tense. I'm not using too much velocity because I don't want to hurt myself. All right, let's try it with the left hand. 1, 2, ready, go. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Again, 1, 2, 3. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. Rebound, rebound, down. All right, you can do this in the air, and especially as I told you before, your left hand might need a lot more work than your right hand does, okay? So just doing this a bunch with your left hand. You can do this watching TV. Again, it's the muscle memory that you're learning, okay? It's the neurons firing in your brain telling your muscles what to do. So you notice as I'm playing my rebound strokes, my fingers are nice and relaxed, and then the downstroke brings that back in there. All right, now let's try it on the drum. The only thing that's hard about the drum, it's not really any different, it's just that there's going to be some natural rebound back up for that downstroke. Okay, but you use that same approach, same amount of velocity, you just stop the stick. 1, 2, ready, go. Rebound, rebound, down. 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 So the big thing is, don't approach the downstroke any different than you do rebound strokes. Now, I would take that first measure and I would do that for a couple of days, especially if you're teaching a class. Just do the first measure on the right hand for about 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds, and then do it on the left hand for 10 or 15 seconds, because that downstroke is going to be so important to all of the rudiments that we learn in the rest of the book. So you really have to develop a nice, relaxed downstroke that has no tension before we move on to the other strokes. All right, so I'm going to depend on you to work on that instead of just continuing on with the lesson. But let's go on. So the next stroke style that we learn is called a tap stroke. A tap stroke starts down and ends down. Basically, it's a soft note, okay? It sounds like a different kind of stroke, but basically all we're doing is playing soft wrist strokes. Now, what's important about the tap stroke is that you actually strike the drum with a little bit of velocity. A lot of times when players start playing very soft notes, they completely stop using any velocity into the drum. Okay, which produces a kind of anemic sound. So as you're playing drum set or as you're playing marching percussion, if you get into the drum line later on, we want to move the stick a little bit with a little bit of velocity so that we're actually moving the air into the drum. So try 3 tap strokes on your right hand. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, that's very simple, but we just want to make sure that it's a quick flick of the wrist. So rebound stroke starts high, ends high. Downstroke starts high, ends low. Tap strokes start low, end low. All right? They don't start down, they start low. And I'm talking about 2 to 3 inches. So you might just do that with your right hand or your left hand. In general, it doesn't take a long time to develop good tap strokes. Okay, it's just the same as a rebound stroke, but you're doing it low. The final stroke is called the upstroke, and an upstroke basically is a tap stroke. We're starting low, but we're lifting the stick up. All right, starts low, ends high. All right, so I like to think of this as a check mark. Okay, so I'm starting here and just lifting the hand, lifting the hand. All right. So let's try that. Let's try it with your hand first without the stick. So if you got your hand here and we're just going to do this in the air, I want you to think down, up. So I'm lifting both with my forearm and my hand. Okay? Try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, up. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, up. 1, 2, ready, go. Check mark. All right, so the check mark is low to high. All right, now with your stick, let's do it in the air. Ready, go, check mark. 1, 2, ready, go, check mark. Now you always have to start down because you can't just lift it, otherwise there's nothing that happens. So I need that check mark up. So I need to hear that note. 1, 2, ready, go, check mark. All right, so you have that in your head. Let's do the second measure here. I'm going to go tap, tap, check mark. So the upstroke should sound the same as your tap stroke. So I should hear 3 notes that all sound the same. It's just I'm lifting on that last note. All right, let's play that measure. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. Again, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. Try it on your left hand. Don't need your left hand stick. You can do it with the other stick. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, upstroke. Now with your upstroke, what I like to teach is leading with the bead. So my tap is here, so my bead comes here, and I just continue my stroke up. Some teachers like to teach where you lead with the wrist. So lifting the stick, you're actually doing this. You're going tap, tap, up, and you're leading with the wrist. We call this in percussion the molar stroke because it is another way of learning how to play with this really relaxed whip motion. But I'm going to leave all of that to your percussion teacher or your band director to explain to you. But for right now, all you do is think of a tap stroke and lift up. Okay? A molar stroke is just going to have a little bit more of that wash on, wash off type of feel to it. All right? Let's do a few more with our left hand. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, up. How does that work? 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, up. 1, 2, ready, go. Tap, tap, up. Last time, ready, go. Tap, tap, up. All right, so we have our whole exercise now. You've worked on your rebound, rebound down in the first half and your tap, tap up in the second half. So now we can put those together and it kind of makes a little more sense because when I play my upstroke, I'm ready to begin the next or the repeat with another rebound stroke. All right, let's try the whole exercise. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, tap, tap, up. Rebound, rebound, down. Tap, tap, up. Rebound, rebound, down. Tap, tap, up. Rebound, rebound, down. Tap, tap, up. So that upstroke leading with the bead is the way that we play a lot in drumline, okay? We don't have a lot of time to do this. You might see that a little bit. If you are a drum set player, or if you intend on playing a lot of drum set, you can think about leading with the wrist for your upstroke. Everything else is the same. So you see that little bit of upstroke. That is really nice on drum sets, really nice to use for any type of playing where you're going to be moving around. Let's do the exercise one last time off of the left hand. 1, 2, ready, go. Rebound, rebound, down. Tap, tap, up. 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 Now this is not part of your daily warm-up, but you should include working on that every single day for an extended amount of time, just until you get used to that downstroke and that upstroke, because in the next lesson we're going to apply that to the paradiddle. We're going to learn how to play accented paradiddles. So work on, of course, your daily warm-up exercises every single day, working on your new exercise with the double strokes, and then learn those downstrokes, taps, and upstrokes in this exercise and do it every single day. We're going to, in the next video, start with our music reading exercises.